probably been there. You drop to the floor, grind out hundreds of crunches, and push until your stomach is absolutely on fire. But then you stand up, look in the mirror, and nothing has changed. Before we fix that, a quick reminder: always check with a doctor before starting any new exercise routine to make sure it's safe for you. There is a massive misconception that feeling a deep burn in your stomach means you are melting away belly fat or building a six-pack. That burn is just lactic acid building up because the muscle is tired. It does not mean the muscle is growing, and it definitely doesn't mean fat is disappearing. You wouldn't try to build massive biceps by doing 1,000 rapid, sweaty curls with a tiny wooden pencil. Treating your workouts like a punishment, where you just try to survive endless endurance circuits, is the wrong approach entirely. You're just making yourself tired, not building a visible core. Getting a visible midsection comes down to a strict two-part equation. First, you have to build the actual muscle structure. Second, you have to remove the barrier that is hiding it. Think of your core as a 3D sculpture under a thick blanket. Endless sit-ups only work the sculpture. The blanket hasn't gone anywhere. To see results, you need a system that does both: chisel the muscle and lift the blanket in the kitchen. If you only diet, you'll uncover a flat, undefined surface. If you only do sit-ups, you'll build strong muscles that remain completely hidden. You have to tackle both sides of the equation. To actually grow those abdominal muscles, we need to stop doing endless reps of light movements. Instead, we must treat them exactly like any other muscle and focus purely on heavy, controlled muscle tension. Your core has two main jobs. The first is anti-extension, your body's ability to brace and stop your spine from bending backward under pressure. The second is controlled flexion, the ability to safely roll your spine forward to fully contract those abdominal muscles. You can train anti-extension with exercises like the dead bug, where your core fights to keep your lower back flat against the floor. For controlled flexion, you can use cable crunches, pulling a weight downward by specifically curling your spine. But doing these exercises isn't enough on its own. You have to apply progressive overload. That means adding slightly more weight or completing a few more clean, controlled repetitions each week. When you expose your muscles to heavy, measured tension, you force them to structurally adapt and grow thicker. You're actually building the muscle instead of just exhausting it for the day. Now we have to talk about removing the blanket. The harsh biological truth is that you cannot spot reduce fat. Doing abdominal exercises does not target fat loss in your stomach. Your genetics decide where your body stores fat and where it burns it from first. For a lot of people, the face and arms lean out quickly, while the midsection holds onto fat until the very end. To shrink that overall layer of body fat, you need to pull 3 lifestyle levers: daily walking, adequate protein intake, and a consistent calorie deficit. You do not need to suffer through brutal daily cardio sessions. Accumulating 7,000 to 10,000 steps a day is incredibly effective because it quietly burns calories without spiking your hunger or ruining your recovery for the gym. While you stay in a calorie deficit to lose the fat, protein is what protects the muscle mass you are working so hard to build. It signals your body to hold on to the muscle while letting the fat go. It is these consistent, low-stress daily habits that do the actual heavy lifting of burning off that stubborn body fat. Once that blanket shrinks, the muscle you built underneath finally becomes visible. So getting a visible core does not require surviving a 40-minute torture circuit every morning. It requires a methodical combination of heavy, controlled lifts and smart daily habits. Start simple. Pick just one actionable habit to focus on for the next 7 days. You could choose to master the form on a single core exercise, or you could commit to hitting your protein goal every day. Whatever you choose, track your actual numbers, like your repetitions, your daily steps, or your total calories. Relying on how tired you feel after a workout is a terrible way to measure progress. Remember, fitness is not a punishment. Your body simply needs enough of a challenge to trigger an adaptation, and then enough rest to actually recover and grow. Results come from following a reliable system, not from exhaustion and confusion. If this helped you rethink your routine, make sure to subscribe and let me know your biggest fitness mistakes down in the comments.